Hello and welcome back. In this video, quickly we need to understand how to take user input in our Java program. From the keyboard, if programmer is entering some number, how do we read that into our Java program? For an instance, if I just have to say system.out.println, I will say here, kindly enter a number. Great. You know very well, if I write something within system.out.println, if I just have to run this program, on your console, you're getting the option kindly enter a number. Now, I should be writing my code. If someone enters the number, first of all, the option of entering the number should be enabled. From the keyboard, user should be in a position to enter some number. Whatever number we are entering, we should be able to read that. We should be able to get that into our Java program. Whatever we do using the scanf in C programming language, something same we have to do in our Java programming language, which is an object oriented. Now what we have to do for that, we may have to use one object called as scanner object. A scanner object we may have to create. Scanner class has been already coded by Java team and it is there in your JDK. The moment you have downloaded your JDK, that library also has come. There are so many predefined classes, methods which you can use. That means Java team has done the coding. You just have to create the object and you have to use it. So if I have to enable the user input, that means if from the console, an end user can enter something from the keyboard, I should be in a position to read the data, get into my Java program, for which you may have to create instance of one predefined class called as scanner. So let me create here scanner type scan equals to new scanner. This class I have not created. It is already there in your JDK. So you just have to pass here one stream called as system.in. More on this, what is this stream we have to pass in the constructor. Going forward in the input output, you will understand. But for now, you have to understand whenever you want to take any user input through the console into our Java program, we may have to create instance of this. This is available in the util package. You may have to import also. I have imported. That means it is available in this util package. More on packages you will understand. Don't worry about it. So after I say this, if you say kindly enter the number, people can now enter whatever number they are entering. If you want to read that number into your Java program, then inside this scanner class, there are many methods available. Scan dot, if you are reading from the console to your Java program, integer, then we have a method called as nextInt. NextInt. Okay, nextInt, and after which, okay, it is not has nextInt, it is dot next integer. All right, and whatever number my user is entering through the keyboard, I'll be in a position to read that. I will store in my variable called as n. Fine. So if I have to now run this system.out.println, you can see kindly enter the number. I can enter some number. Now it will read and scan into this. I'll also print this system.out.println. I will say here n. So maybe I'll give one message also. Number is, I would like to just say here n. Fine. So that I can show I could able to read also, because I'm doing this printing in my program. If I'm able to print whatever data is there inside the n, that means I could able to successfully read that number. Now see, kindly enter a number. I will enter the number 44. Number is 44. That means I could able to read that number into my Java program. If you want to read the double, then we have a method called as nextDouble. If it is a string, then nextLine is also available. If you want to read the entire sentence and one word, if you want to read, we have a method called as next. For example, I will say here system.out.println. I will say here enter the average. Okay, whatever my user will enter, I will store in a double type of maybe average variable by telling scan is a reference variable of the object dot next double. We have next double, next float, right? Next method. Now I would like to print this system.out.println. I will say average is, just to show you that I could able to read it into my Java application. If I have to just run this, you can notice kindly enter the number. Initially, I would like to enter the number 44 and kindly enter the average 44.5, a real number I could able to enter. and you can see average is 44.5. That means I'm printing whatever is there inside the average. I could able to read that. Fine. So whenever you want to take input through the keyboard from the console into the Java application, we have to create instance of scanner class. And if you are reading a integer number, then you have a method called as nextInt and store it in your variable in your program. If you are reading a double number, then nextDouble. Float number, next float. If it is a one word, next method we have. If you want to read a sentence, maybe a big string sentence, then you can go with nextLine. So if you want to take user input from your end user to your Java program, then we use a class called as scanner class. We just have to create the instance of scanner class. Fine. So going forward in our upcoming videos of programs, we are going to take the user input. For that, I just quickly tried to explain you fundamentally what is this scanner class all about, or how do we take a user input in our Java program.